Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. You're gonna love it. And if you are back, welcome back. So I do want to get started on some period hygiene self-care. I do want to talk about the things that make me feel and look and act like I don't even know anyone. Like I just feel so good on my period. These are the products and kind of little tips that I'm gonna give you guys that I do for myself on my period months. These are actually things that I practice on the daily, of course, except for some of the period care. But for the most part, these are things that I just do to kind of amp up the self-care so I can feel a little bit more clean, I can feel more comfortable and more relaxed on my period, because we all know it's a very difficult time for every woman, to go through. So jumping right on in, I do want to point out that I have my Christmas decorations up. I love my tree. I do want to change my tree in a couple of years. I feel like this one is good for now, but I do have plans on getting maybe like a white tree with snow on it. There's so many things that I want to do in the future, but for now, I love this tree. I actually posted a look on my Instagram. I will link everything down below for you guys. I have a look that I did on Instagram Live and in my stories, and we kind of jammed out to Christmas songs together, and it was a really great time. So I am really excited to share that with you, and I will link it in the description. So for the first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to being super comfortable on my period, I do like to be clean. So I do make sure that I shower every day that I'm on my period. I know some people shower more than once a day, but I just shower once a day and it's enough for me since Corona has really started and this pandemic has been crazy. I haven't really been leaving my house too much, so showering once a day works fine for me. When I do get in my shower, I like to let the water hit me. I just set it for like not too hot. I do set it at a temperature that's very warm and comforting, but never scathing. You're not supposed to bathe yourself in scathing hot water. That is rule number one. I will go in with a fragrance-free body wash, something like Dove, the hypoallergenic one that comes in the green and white bottle. I do love that one. There are bar soaps that you can get of it as well. I heard bar soaps are a lot more potent and they clean you a lot better, but I haven't had any issues using the Dove body wash in the bottle. So I will go in with that. I use a silicone scrubby. I'm gonna go into my regular hygiene and skincare for you guys in a different video. I'll show you step by step what I do, but this is just the gist of it, just to jump into period products. But I do like to go in with my silicone sponge. I don't use a loofah and I don't use a wash rag. I find that those harbor too much bacteria for me over time. I do like to use the silicone sponge because silicone is known to be 35 times more hygienic around that area, and it is definitely a lot less easy for bacteria to be harbored on that. So I do tend to like using my silicone sponge a lot more. So once I'm done cleaning my body, I will go in, and I also use the Dove body wash around this area. I don't go inside my vagina, obviously, because it is a bit, that's going to throw off your pH. You don't want to wash this with a harsh soap or any chemicals. You just want to go in with your body wash around the area, the pubis area, the mons pubis, and then like the inner thighs and stuff. That's okay. And if you want to go over the lips of your vagina, by the way, we are getting very personal today. A lot of this is TMI for some people, but I do feel like it's important for young girls and older girls to talk about this, just girls in general, that if they don't really know how to clean themselves or they just want to learn other ways of doing it that are just as effective, I feel like it's important to understand that we're all mature here, we're all grown here. So I am going to be mentioning some things that if you are too young, you probably don't really care to know, but should know. And I just want to point that out there. So we're going to be saying vagina. We're going to be talking about certain areas of our body. I just want to let you guys know that. So continuing on, I do focus on my lower region, and I do like to really, you know, since I'm bleeding from there and I'm having my my menstrual, I do like to focus a little bit more on cleaning that area in specifics. So I will go in with this fragrance-free Summer's Eve cleansing wash for sensitive skin. Right there. I got this on Amazon. They sell the pack of 3 for like $8 around there, and I thought that was such a great deal. And I've been using this for a couple months now, and I haven't had any issues with it because it is a heavier soap, but it's not heavily fragranced. I don't risk it. I don't put anything fragranced down there. I do exfoliate down there with my Tahitian vanilla bean or tropical mango scrub from the Tree Hut. Those are fragrance, but since those are going on the outside and it's more for exfoliation and it's made with so many good things, that I feel like it counteracts the fact that it's has fragrance. I haven't had a reaction down there, so I really wouldn't worry about it, but I do go in with this and I wash the inner thighs of that area, and I will also go above the top, and I use this because it is fragrance free and it's a 5-in-1. So it says it removes odor causing bacteria, which is very true. It is pH balanced, free from dyes and parabens, and it gently cleanses and freshens. I can honestly vouch for all of those. And the fifth thing is that it's fragrance free, so that's very important. If you really just want to focus on cleaning down there and you need something soapy, this is perfect. I do recommend that. If you don't like Summer's Eve and you're like into the hype that it's just bad for you, which I think if you use their products correctly, it won't be bad for you. You're not supposed to put this inside yourself. You're just supposed to keep this on the outside. You can also cleanse your bum region with this. I do cleanse my butt with this. You really have to go back in there and scrub. That's how I never have a stinky back area. I am always really fresh back and front. So I do sometimes I just use really hot water or like warm water in the shower, or I will go in with this for some extra care, because on my period days, you know how the blood can travel back there. I know that sounds crazy, but it happens, you know, because if you use pads like me, I don't insert tampons, I don't do anything, I just use pads, the blood can travel. So we do want to be clean in all aspects, and this is a great way to do that. So if you don't like Summer's Eve, like I said, because you believe the hype about it being bad for you, you can go ahead and invest in this Black owned company. It is completely Black owned. The woman who created this has your health and your vagina and your pH, everything that you need to be a woman the right way. She has that in mind. So I do use this, the Honey Pot Company Sensitive Foaming Wash. It's free of parabens and dioxides, and it's just completely plant-based feminine care. This is to help you cleanse and refresh. I do enjoy this. This is more of a foam, so you don't need a lot. You just lather it up in your hands, or you just spray the foam on your hands and go directly in that vaginal area. I find that this cleanses really well, and there's no fragrance or any kind of that bad stuff. This is just completely plant-based, so it's supposed to regulate you and make you feel fresh without doing anything fancy to it. I do enjoy the packaging. Their stuff is really simple, but they have like, it's like minimal but with pops of color. I love packaging like that, kind of like Drunk Elephant. I love things like that. So this is actually really amazing. Literally the first two ingredients are purified water and cocoa glucoside. There is also apple pyrus malice, which is apple vinegar. I mean, those are things that you can actually really use to cleanse your lady bits safely without anything really causing any irritation. So I haven't had any problems with these two products. I think both work just fine. I haven't had a reaction with this, and I've had a lovely time using this. So whichever you choose, this is the more affordable option, because like I said, I got 3 of these for like $8 something. This one bottle was like $8.99 or something like that. I'll link prices and links for you guys below where I got these, but this does tend to be a little more expensive for just one, and then you can get these in bulk, and they pretty much do the same thing. They're both the same kind of product, except one is a little bit more healthy for you and it's more plant-based. So if you want to go that route, I don't blame you. You wouldn't be wrong either way. Alrighty, so another thing that I do in the shower while I am on my period, I like to, actually no, sorry, this is when I get out of the shower. So by the time I'm done washing, I'll either go in with something scented or I'll just keep it simple and I'll do soaps. I like to get out of the shower and I like to further clean myself if it's one of those days. I usually do a really good job in the shower and I don't have to do this, but if you are into cleansing wipes or you like to carry them on the go, these are really great options. I would honestly recommend these more than I would these. I don't know what it is about these wipes, even though they are fragrance free and they're pretty much the same as the bottle. They're basically just on the go wipes. I would keep these in my purse like at work or something, and I would just like go to the bathroom and clean. But I always found that it gave me a reaction if I used it too much. Like it was cleaning me too much, that it was causing my vagina to be a little bit more sensitive. So these are fine to use. Like I haven't had anything crazy happen to me, but if you are looking for something a little bit more healthy and less on the chemical side, I swear by the wash, that's fine. But these wipes, because they stay on you, I feel like that's not safe, but I don't know how to explain it. I do get a reaction, so I just wanted to mention this. But this is really good if you need to deep clean yourself. I just wouldn't use it all the time. but I swear by these. These are the Honey Pot, once again, sensitive wipes. This is for intimate parts. You can even use this on the body and the face. Once again, they are free of parabens and free of dioxides. It's a 30 count. I wish they did have more, but these weren't that expensive. I feel like they were like $8.99, I believe. Once again, I will link it below. But these are so good. They don't smell soapy. They do have like that residue of soap, like you're really like just taking another shower when you're using these. But it's definitely a lot healthier for you because of the fact that they're plant-based. So I do want to put that out there. I do recommend using these if you're obviously not going to take a shower every time you pee or change your pad or your tampon. So I do recommend carrying wipes. I also can link down below these Equate wipes that I used to get from Walmart. I love those. Those were fragrance free as well, and they were hypoallergenic, and they were so good. I used to get the pack of 3 for like, I think $12 or less. I think they're way cheaper than that actually, but I can definitely find them and link them for you. They're just Equate. I think that's like a Target brand or something, or just a drugstore brand, and they worked so good for me. I loved them. So I swear by those and by these. And like I said, these are okay to use, but I wouldn't use them all the time because like I said, I got a reaction when I was using them too much, almost like I was too clean. You need a little bit of bacteria down there. There's good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. I feel like this was like getting rid of everything, and that's not what we want. And also because it goes inside you, you want to be careful what you put inside. So I would go with these the most. Alrighty, so when I am done out of the shower, I do like to put on a pad, obviously, once I'm all clean. If I don't go in with my wipes, I go straight into putting like a pad. So I have a couple options for pads, and I know one is a lot better than the other, but I do go with a couple. If I'm like kind of on a budget and I don't want to spend too much money, I'll go in with these Always Ultra Thin, and they last for up to 10 hours. And this one is the value size. It actually came with a lot. 38 pads, which is pretty decent. I don't use all in 1 month, so this lasts me for a few months. I got these on Amazon for about like $3.87. I'll link it down below. But these are so great. There's no scent to them. They're fragrance free. They're just ultra thin, but they are super absorbent. I use these during the day when I don't have such a heavy flow, but I still do have a flow. I have overnight ones that I use, but I have to usually layer these. So this is a trick I do to go to bed. I won't just use one to go to bed because I tend to bleed more while I sleep. I think we all do. I go ahead and I use 2, and I put one on the top, and since this is so long, I can put this on the bottom. So I'm super covered, and I try to put these together overnight. I know that's kind of a waste, so I would just opt to get like overnight pads that are bigger anyways, but that's what I do with these. Since they're super affordable, I don't go through them as fast. It doesn't really hurt me that much to stack them like that, but that is what I like to do. If it's nighttime or if it's daytime and my flow is not as heavy, I will just use one of these, and that usually pretty much does the trick without ruining my underwear. So I'll link these down below. There's no fragrance to these, and they haven't caused me any issues. If there is dyes in them, they haven't affected me. But if you are going the super plant-based healthy route, I understand, and you want to do organic, they do have the Honey Pot. Once again, this is regular herbal infused pads with wings. These are special. I want to tell you guys why. Look at the packaging, just the fact that it's so cute and pink. Like I told you, they're minimal but with pops of color. I love that kind of packaging. And the fact that these have mint for cooling, lavender for calming, and aloe for soothing is such a game changer for me. The mint is amazing. It really feels cooling and soothing. So if you're having like a really bad crampy day, oh my god, these are amazing. Like they're gonna make you feel so soothed and so relaxed. I end up feeling like I can take a nap and I don't need any Midolls or anything. That's another thing I do on my period. If you guys don't like to develop a dependency to like painkillers and stuff, I understand. Like I'm not into painkillers like that either, only when it's that time of the month, because my cramps get really bad, and so does my back pain. I'll go in, use my Midolls, and I'll take 2, and I'm so good for the rest of the day. Like I never have to take it again. And the second day, if I still have those issues, I kind of cheat and I go back and I do Midol again. But that's only when it's my period. I'm not dependent on it. I don't use it recreationally. It's just because my cramps are so bad. I can't even use a heating pad, especially when I need to clean and actually be active and productive in my day. I can't lay there with a heating pad. I have to actually get up and go. Midol is my little cheat sheet, so I'll link down below the one that I use. But yeah, these are amazing. Just for the cooling effect alone, you need them, and they smell so good. This is how the packaging looks. Let me grab just one. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, they smell so good. Even from the packaging, like, they're really simple. They have the cute little pink tab that you just peel open and it reveals the pad. Like, these are just the regular ones, so they're not that big. I have the overnight ones. I should have brought them out, but they're just like twice the size of this, and they have the same ingredients, I believe, except it comes in a purple bag. And it just smells so good. You can smell it from the outside. So that is what I use after a shower, and I will put those on, and I feel so good for the rest of the day. I don't even really need to change it. I usually just change my pad every 4 to 6 hours, depending on the flow, depending how uncomfortable I feel, all that stuff. But usually it's like 4 hours I'll change my pad. But these are so good. I really do love the lasting cooling effect, and oh my gosh, you guys won't regret it. I believe these were $8.99 or so. I will link these down below. You need them. Alrighty, so right after I go in with my pad, I will go in, not all the time, but sometimes I will go in with my, once again, my Honey Pot Calming Lavender Panty Spray. It's free of fragrances, parabens, and sulfates, and this is completely plant-based. Once again, you're starting to see a pattern. Her whole thing is just plant-based feminine hygiene care, and I love that. This is in the scent, or I should say the plant, lavender, and you basically just take this, and it's talc free too, and it neutralizes odor. It's 100% natural, cruelty free. It's to refresh, restore, and revive. So you get a pretty nice, decent sized bottle. I paid about $11.99 for this. Once again, I will link this below. I feel like this is amazing. Let me read you what it says. This is her message that she prints on every single one of her packaging. It says, made by humans with vaginas for humans with vaginas, because it takes one to know one. I agree, right? Who knows you better than another woman? I am suffering with bacterial vaginosis. I was suffering with bacterial vaginosis for 8 months when an ancestor came to me in a dream and gifted me with a vision to heal myself. With her help, I created the Honey Pot Co. to solve for what other brands wouldn't, through the power of herbs. That's her message pretty much on every single one of these packaging. You're gonna see that, and I think that that's just to emphasize how serious she is about feminine hygiene care and how much she wants you guys to be protected and no harsh chemicals and all that good stuff. All it takes is a little bit of plant-based care. Like I said, these other products that I named aren't bad necessarily, because I haven't had any issues with them, but if you are going that more plant-based, organic, natural route, I don't blame you. These are really great. This company just really cares about your body. I just take this and I, do a couple spritzes from a distance. I would say about like 8 to 10 inches away from my panty. You could also like spray this in your pants, but not directly on your vagina. But I would just recommend spraying this. You could also spray this under your armpits. I've done that before. I didn't really like that, so I just kept this towards just spraying it on my panties. It doesn't smell like anything heavy. This is literally just lavender in a bottle. It stays fresh all day. It really doesn't interfere with the scent down there. It doesn't interfere with my vagina or anything weird. It doesn't cause me to have more discharge or anything. It just refreshes me throughout the day, and I feel that much more clean. So I do recommend that you guys pick this up. And for those days that I'm feeling kind of itchy, this is just like, in general, not really like on my period really, because I'm fine on my period because I do all these things, but I do recommend their Soothing Lavender Vulva Cream. It has mint, once again, coconut oil because it's antibacterial. You can put coconut oil in your vagina actually. And there's lavender. So once again, she has her statement on the back, and this is the packaging. Super cute. I love this color. And this is just supposed to help soothe an itch, and it's also supposed to help you just have like a calmer vagina down there. It's gonna be really cooling. So if you're not used to that, I would definitely stay away from this if you don't like anything feeling kind of cooling down there. But I recommend this just because it really is that relaxing and that great. I don't think it does anything bad. I've used it a couple times on those days that I'm not on my period and I'm feeling a little itchy. A couple days after my period's over, my body's going back to normal, so I go through a bit of a process. So this really helps me kind of transition from being on my period to going back to normal. Very lovely. I do recommend this. Like I said, this cooling feeling is not for everybody, so if you're not that kind of person that likes to feel anything weird down there, you may not like this or the pads. So give it a try. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys are into that kind of vibe, you'll love it. If you're not, then you're not. can't blame me there. Alrighty, so on days that my period is a lot less heavy, I just want to mention these real quick. These are the Pantiliners I use. I have some from the Honey Pot, but they're in my cabinet on the bottom of my bathroom, so I forgot to grab them, but I have these and they work just as great. Some days I have to layer them, and I know that can seem wasteful, but look how much you get in here. Like, you get so many. I think it comes with, does it say? It's a jumbo pack. Yeah, 162 panty liners you get in here. Isn't that insane? Like, there's so many, and I got a really good deal. I think they were like $3-4 on Amazon. I can link these as well. I just love the packaging. I love the color of this. There's no scent to these, and they are very absorbent for being panty liners. They're actually really, really great for that. So these are on days that my period is about to end, or it's a lighter period than normal, and I just use these toward the ends. But I have to really recommend these and the ones from the Honey Pot. I can link those for you as well. Alrighty, so before, after, during, I always recommend taking vitamins, but these in particular are so important for your vaginal health as a woman. I have a couple here. One of them is the RePhresh Pro B. This is a feminine probiotic supplement. I know a lot of girls on YouTube have talked about this. I actually started taking this because a friend of mine recommended it, and then I did reviews. Like, I looked up stuff about it, and it actually works, and it's so good. This balances yeast and bacteria to maintain feminine health. So if you're wondering if this is going to make you smell good, that's completely up to you. You have to eat fruits, you have to drink your water, you have to make sure that you're showering, maintaining your hygiene. All of that stuff in conjunction with this will help you stay fresh down there and will help you not smell any kind of weird way. Your vagina is supposed to have a smell. It's not supposed to be like water, like neutral. It's supposed to taste like water, but it's not supposed to smell like nothing. There is going to be a scent, but it should be very faint. So if you really do want to do all of that, I do recommend water. See, I finished my water for the day. I love this water bottle. It just like flips open. So cool. I love this. It was only, I think it was like $30, it was $30 for two. I have a purple one and a pink one, and I'm so obsessed with the pink one. But lots of water on my period and just in general, and using these every day really helps kind of like flush out the bacteria that's not supposed to be in there and keep the healthy bacteria growing, and, you know, keep your vagina happy, especially while you're on your period. So I do recommend this in conjunction with lots of water. Also, with lots of water and just in general, I take these two. They're supposed to be really great for like preventing cancer and preventing like anxiety and like helping with cramps and helping with fatigue and all that. I take this. This is Doctor's Best Science-Based Nutrition High Absorption Magnesium. It's 100% chelated. If you're going to start taking magnesium in your supplements, in your vitamin supplements, you need to make sure that you're taking 100% chelated, because they will absorb better. That's why it says high absorption. If you're taking anything that just says magnesium but it doesn't say 100% chelated, you're not going to get the full benefits of that magnesium. So you need to make sure, if you guys really want this brand, I can link it down below, but you need to make sure that it says 100% chelated. I did my research on that, and it's legit. Like, you need to make sure it says that. It really does help with any cramping, bloating. It just helps with your moods. It's a mood regulator. Magnesium is so necessary for bone health too. So sorry. Kind of like you're taking cranberry juice, like you're drinking it, except with this, you are actually taking it in a vitamin supplement. So this is actually the best. Like, it actually works. I haven't had a UTI in a little over a year at this point, almost 2 years, and I love it so much. They don't taste like cranberry. You're not going to get a weird bitter smell. They're just going to taste like nothing. They're just vitamin supplements. It says here there's 1 serving that's equal to 1 glass of cranberry juice, and there's 25,000 milligrams of cranberry fruit equivalent plus vitamin C. Vitamin C is really good for your immune health and your bone health, all that stuff. And they are the #1 most trusted brand. I get these for $11.99 on Amazon. I will link these down below, but they really, really help me just feel like I'm not going to get a UTI. I'm getting my serving of cranberry juice, but I don't like to drink it. I still feel like I'm doing something really good. This is what the pills look like. One fell out. I can show you. They just look like how you would think, like the color of a cranberry juice cocktail or something, or a cranberry juice period. But I love these so much. I'm actually running out, so I'm gonna need to buy some soon. Oh, of course I spilled them everywhere. But I do recommend getting them just because they really help with this feminine area, and it is so important for us to be comfortable on our periods. Like, I couldn't even imagine having a UTI when you're on your period. Imagine how crazy that is. I've never heard of it, but I just know that that's not something I want to have. So in general, this has just really been helping me stay fresh down there. Alrighty, but I think that is everything for this video, guys. A little bit of a side note, I know that there's a lot of things that we could do products wise to make our periods more comfortable, but I do love to take a nice soothing bubble bath. There's a lot of myths around that, saying that you can't take a bubble bath on your period, it's not hygienic, or the water's gonna go up there. Like, your period does stop when you're in water, but it's not gonna like damage anything. And especially if the water's clean, if you use like a bath, some bath salts, or if you use some sort of bath bomb that's, you know, not gonna cause a weird reaction down there, things like that actually can be so soothing. Lighting a few candles, having some wine, things like that, you know. Taking showers every day on your period is so important. Drinking water. I do recommend taking a nap if you really can't handle your stress and you can't handle the cramps. Like, oh, I get it, I've been there. And those Midols, like I said, Midol Complete, that has been the key secret for me. I don't know what it is, what they put in there. I know there's acetaminophen and caffeine, so the caffeine has to do with the mood elevation. It really does make me feel like I'm happy. I don't feel like I have like so much on my shoulders with this period stuff. Like, it just totally helps. So I can definitely link that on the bottom for you guys in my description. But that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will link all these products down below. I know I've said that like 8 million times, but I'm serious when I say that. And I do hope that you guys maybe learned something, or maybe we have something in common that we all do during our period. But yeah, anything that I can say or do to make this an easier time for anybody. And yeah, just stay tuned for the next video. If you like videos like this, you can give it a like on the bottom. If you don't, you can also dislike. Let me know that you guys want to see more things like this or not, and I will try to open up my comments below so you guys can tell me how you guys do some self-care on your period, because I am very interested in knowing. But yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.